DPhil to the MPhil. The postgrad qualifications, you can see them on our website. The postgrad qualifications are sought after. I think we have limited numbers that we accept.
But we do select the cream of the crop, Michael. You know,
the applications close early. So if you want to do a postgrad, you've got to get in and apply for it. We take only the top people on these postgrad courses.
And I think you need to be really serious about your career, your future. And if you are, having a qualification like that just safeguards you along the journey.
Yeah, true. So the other thing, so wrapping up on our programs, if we think of interaction that our students have with other students and other universities, we have a program that we belong to at the IMM called Working Across Borders. And I've got a short video I'm going to show you right now about Working Across Borders. And it is literally an initiative that we joined with an overseas university, and they choose students from a number of different countries and they work together on a single project. So you'll see in the video they were talking about Toyota. The students, I remember speaking to one lady, she said she had to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because there was somebody from Australia in their group. And one of the other guys had somebody from Malaysia, I think, in their group. And then on the other side of the world, there's people in the US that were in their groups. So you have to learn how to work across these time zones.
But not only that, I mean, the diversity that you get exposed to is incredible.
Yeah, so critical life skills that they were taught. So I'm going to show you a short little video now on working across borders.
The world no longer works in silos. Business moves across borders. Markets are global. As a specialized niche learning institution dedicated to marketing and supply chain management education, the IMM Graduate School considers internationalization fundamental to developing globally competent, industry-ready graduates equipped to lead across borders. Our students work with peers across continents, test strategy against real business realities, and develop cross-cultural competence that employers value. Internationalization is not an addition to the experience, it defines the experience. Through strategic international partnerships, our students collaborate with leading institutions across Africa, Europe, Asia, and the Americas. The Working Across Borders project, hosted in collaboration with University Colleges Leuven Limburg, places students into multicultural consultancy teams operating across continents.
I was teamed up with 3 fantastic guys, 2 from Belgium and then 1 from Austria. Though we all came from different backgrounds, we were able to find our feet quite quickly, and we all contributed and participated and showed some really great teamwork.
The Working Across Borders initiative has been a really meaningful experience. I've had the opportunity to collaborate with students from different universities across the world. I was fortunate to be placed in a team where each student contributed their unique perspectives.
One of my biggest takeaways was learning how diverse teams can turn challenges into innovative solutions when we embraced different viewpoints. It wasn't always easy working across time zones and cultures which required adaptability, but it taught me the value of clear communication and empathy.
In 2025, more than 600 students from over 20 countries participated in the initiative, working in multicultural consultancy teams on a global project with Toyota as the international business client, analyzing country environments and developing strategic recommendations aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
I learned a lot about teamwork. I also learned a lot about Toyota, about sustainability, and the supply chain across Europe. Toyota is a really big brand in my country. Even though it's a bit pricey, and in terms of maintenance cost, it's the best in the market. So it was exciting for me to make the connection between Toyota's focus on sustainability and what I was experiencing on the ground.
Students combined rigorous research with creative thinking, while balancing commercial realities with social responsibility. The teams refined their insights and delivered presentations that met global industry standards. These are not classroom simulations. They are applied global consultancy projects with measurable relevance.
And that made our ideas stronger and more creative, in my opinion. Also, I learned a lot about circularity and sustainability in business, which clearly made me grow business-wise as well. Working across borders is an enriching and rewarding experience.
What I really liked about this project was we could all learn from each other and could directly apply that into the project. What I would advise and say to the next students is don't go into the project with too many preconceptions. Be inspired and listen to other people, what they have to say. You might actually learn a lot from them.
When you choose the IMM Graduate School, you choose an education designed for a connected world. Employers seek graduates who can work anywhere, with anyone, on challenges that demand insight, strategy, and cultural intelligence.
Overall, the Working Across Borders program has been an incredible journey that strengthened my problem-solving skills and reminded me that collaboration is key to creating meaningful impact.
We build global mindsets. We build practical capability. We build employability grounded in real international exposure.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, each group has a mentor, and the mentor, one of the mentors this year was Dr. van Biljon. He runs our supply chain division, and their group actually came second.
That's incredible.
In this
That's incredible.
Journey. So it's they all receive a certificate from the university that they took part in this. It's something you put on your LinkedIn profile. But the feedback from the students was absolutely fantastic, how much they actually enjoyed this.
And I think that kind of experience sets you up well for what it's going to be like in the workplace, Michael, especially when you're working on multinational or international brands.
True, yeah. It's like real world stuff. So the next cohort of students will be starting towards the end of this year. I know we're already in talks with...
Do we know what brands we're going to be working on?
No, I haven't heard that, but I know Dr. Elena's involved with that, and she was going over to Belgium to go and discuss this because we...
It's exciting.
Yeah. So that's, our qualifications on the marketing side, on the supply chain side, and then on the postgrad side. The professional development is something we started at the IMM many years ago. Anisa, I know you were involved with this.
Yeah. So it's actually an incredible program, Michael.
Yeah.
We started the program because we got feedback from business industry telling us that students need more than just a technical qualification.
Yeah.
They actually need to hit the road running when they get into a corporate.
Yeah.
Corporates don't today have time to teach you the finer detail skills, the soft skills, how to conduct yourself in a meeting, cultural diversity, etc. So the PD was developed with that in mind, where we give our students the finesse around skills, soft skills, and it helps them become job ready. It prepares them to be confident when they do step into the workplace. There are over, I think, 450 courses on professional development. It's a really incredible environment that our students have an opportunity to participate in. Let me explain to you. We use experts in the industry to compile this content for our students. If you had to go into the industry today and attend a training session with any one of them, you're looking at between 5,000 and 10,000 Rand a day.
Yeah.
And this knowledge is brought to our students on a platform that is accessible via our learning management system.
Yeah.
So, and it's up to the student to embrace this. We've got students that one student in one semester, I think, did over 34 courses in addition to her studies.
Yes.
And when I did speak to her, she said to me that she's never seen anything like this, where she gets exposure to skills that she would only get over a long period of time in the workplace.
Yeah.
And some workplace or industries or companies do not pay for skills like this anymore. And when you're running your own business, you don't have the money, number one, to necessarily pay for courses like this.
True.
So it's a wonderful opportunity for our students. It builds resilience.
So it's all online?
It's all online. It's all about creative thinking, analytical thinking. It's aligned, as I said to you, with the World Economic Forum trends and careers of the future. So yeah, it's forward thinking and innovative.
So just give us an idea, what type of things can we look at? Is it Word, Excel and PowerPoint, or is it something else?
No, I mean, there's things such as financial literacy. There are 12 courses on understanding your personal finances.
Yeah.
Something we don't get taught necessarily as we're growing up. There's skills such as diversity, equity and inclusion, important skills to understand when you're working in the corporate environment, even running your own business. There's things such as breath work, which helps you alleviate stress. We all have stress as students coming up to exams, stress in the corporate world. We've got a whole set of courses just on your career, how to work in a group, how to manage conflict in a work environment, things like that. It's endless, Michael. There's so much, I can't remember it all, actually.
No, it sounds like it. Okay, so before we carry on, I've got a short little video on professional development, and it will show you a couple of the things that Anisa couldn't remember offhand. Let's have a look.
Success today takes more than a qualification. To thrive in your career, you need confidence, adaptability, and real-world insight. That's why IMM Graduate School students have exclusive access to the Professional Development Initiative, a structured, non-academic program powered by the IMM Institute that helps you grow into a confident, capable professional. This program complements your formal studies by developing the skills, behaviors, and mindset that employers value most, but that aren't typically taught in a qualification. Through a practical, portfolio-based system, it builds personal growth, digital fluency, workplace readiness, and leadership potential, helping you transition from student to standout professional. Complete at least 5 activities each year, earning recognition by advancing across levels. These activities cover 3 focus areas: personal growth, skills development, and career success. Sharpen your emotional intelligence and leadership mindset with activities on critical thinking, communication, ethics, creativity, and stress management. These soft skills are key to thriving in a fast-changing world of work. Boost your career readiness with focused, on-demand content. Topic snapshots, quick explainers of core topics. Skills courses, practical lessons on business tools and strategies. Podicles, podcast article hybrids on topics like branding, AI, and supply chain innovation. The Spill, a trend-focused industry newsletter. Smart Sheets, concise info sheets on relevant topics. All content is aligned with your IMM coursework and updated regularly to keep you current. Prepare for the world of work, or your own business. Join field trips, attend guest lectures, hear from top professionals, and explore our entrepreneurial hub. Career success courses in values-based leadership give you the tools to lead with purpose. You'll also gain access to our Career Insights series, short videos that give a behind-the-scenes look at real marketing and supply chain roles. Hear directly from professionals about their day-to-day responsibilities and the software tools they use, like Salesforce, Power BI, and Asana. Links to free training are included so you can build hands-on knowledge with platforms employers use daily. This content is regularly updated with new trends and job roles. Professional development gives IMM Graduate School students more than knowledge, it offers a competitive edge. When you graduate, you'll leave with a recognized qualification and the confidence, skills, and insight to succeed in today's workplace. Grow, learn, lead with the Professional Development Initiative and the IMM Graduate School.
So I haven't seen a program like this at any other university.
I think there are universities that have similar kind of programs, Michael.
Yes.
Yeah. But, you know, ours is unique in the sense that we've collaborated with a lot of industry experts to bring the knowledge to our students. So this is, the kind of content here is what you typically would have got exposed to if you were a top performer in an organisation and the company felt they could invest in you. So we thought bringing it to our students is definitely going to give them the edge. You know, we were talking to, I was talking to one of the companies that we offer our consulting services to, and they were saying that, you know, they don't have the time to train the new recruits, and so that the expectation is that universities need to do that equipping. And you know, they were saying that when they were put out a job specification for a new recruit that they were looking for, they received 2,000 applications.
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself, and all of them had qualifications because that was the bare minimum, but what is going to set you apart from the next individual?
Yeah.
Are you going to walk into that interview with the confidence, the look that is required, and the capability to converse in a way that sets you apart from anybody else? And I think that's what professional development does, in terms of, it just gives our students that little edge.
So for me, it ties back into the whole differentiation part.
Absolutely.
How do I differentiate myself from the guy next to me?
Yeah.
So I do a qualification and I do all of these.
You need to break through the clutter.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So one of the exciting things, sorry Mike, because I got so excited about it, is our field trips. I mean, about 3 weeks ago, we took a group of students to Alstom, which is an international organisation. You don't typically get access to companies like this, where it's the company that actually built the car train.
Yes.
And from a supply chain perspective, they took our students through the entire process from conceptualization, the whole procurement, the logistics process, and students found it fascinating. Another field trip, for example, we took our students to Nando's, which was an incredible experience to see how the brand has evolved over a number of years. And then also Vodacom into the back-end distribution center, which was unique because no other student university has had access to that before.
Yeah.
And so we do try and give our students real experience in organizations where they potentially are going to be working in the future.
Yeah.
Gives them a feel for how their studies come to life in the real world.
Yes. What you're actually going to do with your qualification when you get to a place like Nando's. What is your when you study supply chain and you go and work at Vodacom, what you're actually going to be doing at Vodacom. That's fantastic. At many of our campuses, we have industry experts that come and talk to us. I know we do it a lot online in the professional development as well. This gives our students real life stuff. So we have CEOs that come and talk to them about a strategy of theirs that failed. And we have...
I remember an instance where one of the top brands in the industry had quite a reputational risk on hand about a campaign that they put out there that was by one group within the South African context seen in quite a negative light. So that very next day we had a PR expert on explaining the scenario to us and how, from a PR perspective, you would manage a situation like that. So it's very much topical of the moment, I think, and then also academic specific. And so, I think it just complements and adds value in addition to just merely studying the technical aspects of the qualification.
It's nice to see somebody from industry showing you how they use the knowledge that they gained in their studies as well as the knowledge they've gained from industry.
And don't forget the entrepreneurial hub that was on the screen there a little bit earlier. It's a fantastic tool.
Yes.
We've got a business in a box kind of concept where you've got a toolkit that consists of a strategy, how to register your business. There's short courses on starting your own business, running your own business, etc. So awesome.
Fantastic. Available on professional
development, yes.
Okay, so you've now decided to study at the IMM and you're unsure of how. So we have a number of options, as you can see, blended hybrid. So blended hybrid is more for daytime students. So the majority of students studying blended hybrid attend one of our campuses. We've got a campus in Parktown, one in Pretoria, one in Durban, one in Stellenbosch, and one in Cape Town. So these students attend live face-to-face sessions. At our Parktown campus, we have a system called Hyperflex, where the lecture itself is broadcast, and you can then attend that lecture in live, even though you're not sitting in the class.
So it's almost like you are sitting in the class.
It's almost like
interacting with the in-class students.
There's a number of cameras around the class, there's a number of television sets. You can see the students that are watching online. So it's designed for students that are sort of a bit further away from the campus, that have travel issues or experiencing travel problems. So let's say you live in Pitzonavata, but you want to study full-time. You can join the class and you literally attend the class online. Then we have also our distance education section, and this is primarily happening in the evenings. So in the evenings, there's a 2-hour session once a week for 12 weeks where the head lecturer will go through the most important parts of the syllabus. So this is very popular with our working students. The majority of the students in the distance part are working individuals.
So you could definitely say that we are looking after our students specific to their lifestyle.
Yeah, so some students left matric last year and they want to study full-time. You go the blended hybrid route. Another group left matric last year, wanted to start working, immediately realized that they need it for qualification. They carry on working and then they study in the evening. So yes, we cover working individuals, we cover full-time individuals. The content that you go through is exactly the same, the exam you write is exactly the same, the qualification is exactly the same.
It's just how you engage with the stakeholders.
Exactly, it's the support. So these guys, 24 hours, if you have the blended hybrid, 60 hours. So at the beginning of this year, we had a number of students that said to us, but I just missed the registration, but I want to register. And you've got to wait until second semester and you can register then. So we've just recently started distance, we call it distance open. So distance open is a rolling enrollment. So you can literally enroll at any time you like during the year. There is just a fixed exam session. So let's say the exam session is the end of July. You can enroll anytime you like, but you would write the July exam.
So let me just understand. So you don't have to enroll within the start block. So if I want to enroll in December, can I?
Exactly. Okay. You wake up Christmas Eve.
Not likely, but
had a little bit too much to drink the night before, and you decide I want to register at IMM. You can register. So you register, and then you would fall into the next block, and you can start. So you have shorter assignments, where our current students have a shorter assignment and quite a big assignment, and then their final assessment. Distance Open have a number of short little assignments. So we break it up into small little bites. The qualification is exactly the same at the end of the day. It's just the way it's presented.
So it's flexibility. So
it fits in with busy professionals.
Yeah, I love it.
I like to call it the degree for busy professionals.
Also, someone who's really ready to start their qualification and don't want to just wait till February.
Yeah.
You know?
So you start, and it's short little bits. So you do. Let's talk old terms. You do one chapter of the book. You do a little assignment. Finished. Now you do the next chapter of the book. You do a little assignment, and all of those assignments build up like Lego blocks. It builds
broken
up
into micro bits.
Yeah.
Okay.
It builds up and builds up and builds up, and by the end of that 13-week period, you've now built up all of these credits, and then you write your final exam. Finished. So very flexible. So rolling enrollment, flexible, and everything is broken up into small little bite-sized pieces. So you're a working professional. You've got 30 minutes at lunchtime. While you're eating your sandwich, you quickly go online, put your headset on, and you just watch a 15-minute segment. That's just a short little piece, and now you've done that piece for the day. So bite-sized bits of information, sort of the way the young kids today like to watch TikTok videos. You don't want to watch a 10-minute one. You just want to watch a quick 30-second video. So it works on a 13-week cycle. So you can start anytime you like, but you literally fall into that block. As you can see, your continuous formatives, that's your little assignment, add up to 30% of your overall mark. You write a summative, which is an exam at the end of it, which is your 70%. It's all online, so you need to make sure that you've got a stable broadband connection, and you've got a camera with a PC with a camera and a microphone, because the sessions are proctored, which is there's a software on it that just checks that it's you writing the exam type of thing. So yes, a very exciting offering. We've just started this at the IMM, and we've had lots of interest from students wanting to go this route. So if you are interested in this, get hold of your local salespeople at the IMM. They can assist you. So if I think of the employability of our students as well as our curriculum design, Anisa, earlier on you spoke about industry asking by IMM by name.
It's a highly valued qualification in the industry, Michael. I remember I've been in mostly on services marketing side, but also in the telecommunications and banking environment and advertising. And across all three of those industries, I do know that, these companies actually requested IMM graduates. And if you look at the industry today, I mean, there are a whole host of international brands and local brands that have IMM graduates in very, very senior positions in their corporates, and they stand their ground and are doing a superb job.
True. If we look at our curriculum, every year we have we call it a themed review. So what we do is we literally sit with industry experts. We do it in marketing, business management, supply chain, transport, project management. We sit with industry professionals and we say, this is what our curriculum looks like. From an industry point of view, do you think this is what the industry wants?
In fact, Michael, from a marketing perspective, I've just gone through a process like that where we've spoken to a number of industry experts where the input was so valuable that we've actually, over the last 2 years, evolved this specific qualification as a result of that input. Changed the content of certain modules, brought new modules on board and taken them up. The practical aspect of it is key. Things as fundamental as understanding how to use the business tools out there, Canva, PowerPoint, Excel, Asana, those kind of things, now need to start becoming part and parcel of how we enable our students to be work ready.
True. I sat in with the business management review, and many of the people that were there were like, but the students don't know how to use PowerPoint, they don't know how to use it. It's all covered in professional development. So a lot of the things that they were asking for in these industry reviews are already covered.
You know what, Michael, it's also a question of being an enthusiastic student and getting in and just digging your heels in and start using those tools. I mean, AI has kind of like forced that process for us. If you have a look at all the Gen AI that's out there, it can help you understand your industry better by probing questions, etc. But again, it's about a practical and responsible use of AI. It has to become part and parcel. And one of the things that industry said to us, how are you making AI part and parcel as a tool in marketing? For example, segmentation, targeting, and positioning. There are specific tools out there that can help you visually explore that topic, for example. Obviously, your own individual assumption, judgment, and input is required, but it definitely, technology data, for example, is another one. Marketers in the past have relied purely on creativity. Today at C-suite level, marketers are asked to be accountable for every rand that they spend. But you as a marketer also wants to know what's the impact of your campaigns on the consumer. So it's extremely important that we bring technology into our teaching as well.
Yes. Sunday afternoon, you're having a braai with your friends, and they but why should my child go and study at the IMM? You know what, I don't even know that there was a place like the IMM. So I often say to them, you know, if you look at the IMM, our students are future-proofing their careers.
Yeah.
We teach them what's coming down the road so that their eyes are open, they're able to see what's coming down. We cover business management, we cover marketing, we cover supply chain. Literally the three main components of running the economy, the engine of the economy. So if I had to ask you, Anisa, why should I study at the IMM?
It's the best in 2 words. But that's because I'm passionate about the brand. You know, Michael, I was connected with the IMM Graduate School from the minute I graduated, straight through my career. I mean, what we have to offer is a continuous learning process as well. But I was proud of the brand when I was working in corporates out there or ad agencies, because it gave me a grounding that I felt was fundamental to my career growth. I think IMM is one of those premium brands. I believe, I don't just think, and the feedback is of such. So I think it's incredible. We've proven it through the number of years that we've been around, and our qualifications are top notch. And if you look at the kind of students we attract, they're incredible if you follow their career journeys into the future, those that we have educated, you know.
Yeah.
So I think
we're niche, we're focused.
We are specialists.
We're specialists in marketing
and supply chain,
business management and supply chain. Yeah. So any queries, please send us a WhatsApp 079 and we look forward to you joining the IMM Graduate School. Thank you very much.
Thank you.